actually. Okay. Oh well. So anyway, I'm Italian-American, if you couldn't already tell. I talk fast, have an accent, and wear leopard print. So for a long time, I felt like really insecure that I never went to college. Because I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and I didn't want to waste the money. So, you know, I have huge holes in my knowledge base, and I know this. Like, I barely left Queens. Like, coming to Philadelphia is like a grand expedition to a foreign land. And like, in my mind, anything west of Philly, and then before we got to California, is like this demented mashup of everything I've seen on the news. So my imagination is just like, you know, the Midwest and the West is like all fields and abandoned houses and groups of kids that sit around huffing chemicals, and everyone's got a gun. Man, women, and child. So I know this, and I think about like, who could I have been if I went to school? Like I look at, like, I watch all those TED Talks, and people talk about like standing in your power and being empowered, and I'm like, maybe that could have been me. But I'm not so sure. I had a friend who went to college, and before she decided that I didn't read enough books to be friends with her, she invited me up because she was having a hard time. So I took Metro North up there, and it took like 5,000 years. And I'm sitting next to someone who also went to the school, and apparently he practically asphyxiated me because, like, apparently he was a member of the vegan co-op. So we step onto the campus, and I am like, holy fucking shit. Like, this place is like walking onto the set of Hogwarts. Like, the library, I mean, it could be like in Downton Abbey. You walk around, there's ivy on the walls. And I'm like, tell my friend, I'm like, this is pretty amazing. And she's like, well, you know, I'm the only one from like Queens, like we are here, and I feel alone, and nobody understands. And I'm like, okay, but listen, like this place has soft serve 24 hours a day. Like that gym, forget about it. You have like, you know, 87 ellipticals and 120 treadmills. Like, you only go to class like 3 hours a day. Like, there's worse things that happen. And she gives me the You know, people who like want to end the conversation but don't want to end the conversation. They want you to follow up but don't want. They give you the So she gives me the and I'm like, all right, we'll get you later. So we go to a party that night, and we're standing around, and a group of guys like laughs in our direction, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? And she's like, I'm like, all right, I've had enough. Bring her outside, and I'm like, all right, spill it. What's going on? And she's like, I'm like, no, come on. And she's like, I don't remember. And I'm like, but you don't drink. And she's like, yeah, I know, but one night I did. And I'm like, excuse me? And she's like, I don't know, one night, like, I drank a little bit, and I went home with one of them, and then I woke up the next day, and I, like, didn't remember where I was, and, like, had different clothes on, and I'm like, wait, you're telling me one of those wasps, wasps, one of those wasps put a roofie in your drink? She's like, I don't know, but maybe drank, but maybe, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, it actually doesn't matter because you were passed out. She's like, that's the thing, I was unconscious, I don't remember. And I'm like, so you're telling me that the first thing that you learned at college is how to be sexually assaulted and then shut your mouth and not say anything? Pretend it didn't happen? And she paused, and then she said, well, it's not like in Queens this doesn't happen and people don't say anything. And I'm like, all right, one, low blow. Two, like, that's Queens. But look at this place. There's freaking ivy on the walls. Like, this shouldn't happen here. And then she started crying, and I consoled her. And I spent the rest of the weekend like that, just trying to be a good friend and listen. But I did a lot of observing, because you know I have a Queens education. And so, you know, like, we grew up and we saw people do drugs and then fuck their life up from doing drugs. And we saw people do stupid stuff and then maybe get arrested and put into juvie or jail. And, like, we knew there were people out there, even people we personally knew, that do fucked up shit to girls. And this place was like fantasy lands. Called, we pay $50,000 a year, now everything's gonna be hunky-dory and perfect. Cause like, I'm sitting there, watching people go to the bathroom in streams of twos. Like, I don't you all don't know what you're really doing in there. And really, just get the fuck out, because I gotta pee. And then, you know, people like doing stupid stuff, they're like harmless pranks, which in Queens, frankly, would get you at least a misdemeanor. And like, people get incredibly fucked up with no consciousness that there are people out there that don't have your best interests at heart. And I left that weekend, I saw my friend get hooked into this fantasy land and just kind of recede into the distance from me. And I felt a lot less insecure that I didn't go to college. Because listen, like, they know what they know, and I know what I know, and what I don't know. And I know that, like, this whole, like, be a good girl, and don't say anything, don't cause a stir, don't cause trouble, be good. That bullshit, that's the same for all of us. And I don't think it's anything that college is gonna cure.